Hi, my name is Charles Shilowa. I'm the Group Executive for Business Development at Airports Company South Africa. That's a very interesting question because every morning when I wake up, that's what I think about. The role is for me to firstly help grow our aeronautical business, secondly enhance our non-aeronautical business, and then thirdly help the business diversify its business portfolio by generating what we refer to as non-core revenue. Interesting question, definitely interesting. I think you'll all bear me out. You'll all agree with me. COVID, caught all of us by surprise. We're all used to waking up in the morning, preparing, coming to work, meeting with colleagues, and that was our way of work. And with the declaration of the hard lockdown by the South African government, things changed completely. Suddenly one needed to wake up, still prepare, but sit in front of a computer screen. At first, it was quite difficult because it was something new, something that one never prepared for. But I think there was a need for one to adjust very quickly to that new normal. And I think most of all, the love for this company and the importance of seeing it sail through and survive in this difficult environment made me to wake up every day, encourage my team members, define assignments so that as a business unit we remain relevant and we become that trusted advisor to the organization. A lot of research work was done by the team and that provided some insight, some guidance, and as time went on, the team members caught up to that spirit. I think we've reached a point where we are not even aware that we're communicating and engaging with each other virtually because the team has just become so efficient in this new way of work. Let me say, when I joined in 2015 as a business development executive, I came into an environment where there was no documented strategy, there were no employed individual to drive this division. So I was essentially the first person to be employed and had to go to market with the assistance of HR and make sure I bring on board people that we felt were required to assist us in driving the business development strategy. The focus of the business development strategy has been on services and investments, traffic development, supported by marketing, capability within the division as well as research capability. So now coming back to the global strategy, because we had already spent 3 years building a solid base for our business development strategy, on review of that strategy in the wake of COVID-19, we felt it remained relevant. Some parts of it remained relevant. So we have pulled the relevant parts and we have expanded that strategy, and we call it the global strategy. We provide services on the African continent to other airports. So we tie up with airport authorities, we sign MOUs, and on the back of those MOUs, we have entry to be able to provide services. And most of the services we provide are airport-related services, technical advisory, training. All these are aimed at creating better airport operators on the continent, and also assist them to develop and procure fit-for-purpose infrastructure. And based on what I've just said, if you have fit-for-purpose infrastructure, it just makes it easier for airlines to fly to your country, land at your airport. And if that happens across the continent where you have airports that are fit for purpose and allow ease of access by airlines, it means that will facilitate intra-Africa connectivity. So the work that we do, though it might look like we're doing work for one airport at a time, we've done work for Ghana, Liberia, Zambia. Imagine when we get to the 50th airport. Suddenly you have a network of airports that are acceptable to airlines and that can be connected, and that in itself will definitely facilitate intra-Africa trade. If you have an anchor airline, you are able to do aggregation of traffic and distribute. And when you look at profitability, you don't look at it from a route perspective, but from a network perspective. What SAA was able to assist with was to help uplift OR Tambo to a point where it could be referred to as a hub. It is a hub because it provides connectivity beyond itself. And I remember when we did some quick calculation to check the connectivity index, in 2019 we were sitting at about 138, 140. Basically what it tells you is the number of connections you can get beyond OR Tambo in 6 hours after landing. And all this were facilitated to a greater extent by the role played by SAA. You look at Nairobi, Kenya Airways plays that role. You look at Ethiopia, Ethiopian Airlines plays that role. You look at Dubai, Emirates plays that role, and the list is endless. So there is a role to be played by an anchor airline. And SAA, played that role very well. So we need an anchor airline in as much as we need the rest of the airlines, which in time will not only grow in South Africa, but will also grow to have international network and bolster our hub status or the hub status of our Tambo.